Our task is to fill in this trigonometric table using a technique. So let's start writing 0 under 0 degrees, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. We will divide all these numbers by 4. That will be our constant number. And get the square root of all these numbers for us to be able to find now the values of sine 0, 30, 45, and so forth. Using these values, let's solve for sine theta or sine 0 degrees. 0 divided by 4, 0. Square root of 0, it's 0. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 4 is 2. Thus, we have sine 30 is 1/2. Square root of 2, we don't have an exact value, so we'll just copy square root of 2 over square root of 4 is 2. Next, square root of 3, no exact value, so just write it down. Over square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 divided by 4 is 1. Square root of 1, we know that that is 1. Therefore, we successfully solve for the corresponding values of sine 0, 30, 45, 60, and 90. Let's move on to cosine theta. In determining the value of cosine 0 degrees, we will just use the values of sine theta. We will flip the answers except for sine 45 degrees. We'll just copy square root of 2 over 2. And then flip now the answer. So cosine 0 degrees, that will be 1. Cosine 30 degrees, square root of 3 over 2. Cosine 60, it's 1/2. And cosine 90, it's 0. So if you notice, we just interchange or we flip the answers of sine to get cosine. For tangent, we know that tangent is equal to sine over cosine. So, sine divided by cosine, so 0 divided by 1, it's 0. We have 1 over 2 divided by square root of 3 over 2. So this will cancel out. So what is left is we have 1 over square root of 3. Rationalize this by multiplying both numerator and denominator by square root of 3. So we got square root of 3 over 3. All right. Next, tangent 45 degrees. Let's divide sine, which is the square root of 2 over 2, all over cosine, square root of 2 over 2. Okay, that will already be 1. Oh, no need for us to write that down. And then we have tangent 60 degrees. So just multiply this and multiply the numerator and the denominator. This will cancel out. So what is left is square root of 3. And 1 divided by 0, that is undefined. For cotangent, actually the same process like what we did in cosine. We will just flip the answers of tangent, except for tangent, except for this, which is 1. We'll just copy. So cotangent 0 degrees, we will get this answer. And then we have square root of 3. We have square root of 3 over 3 and 0. For secant, we know that that is 1 over cosine theta. We just erase that. 1 over cosine. So 1 over cosine is 1. Next, secant 30 degrees. We have square root of 3 over 2. Of course, that is the denominator. We know that the denominator of 1 is 1, so we will multiply this. We have 2 over the square root of 3. Let's rationalize this by multiplying it with, or by square root of 3. So we have 2 square root of 3 over 3. So 2 square root of 3 over 3. For secant, that is 1 over cosine. Oh, wait, we'll just erase this. So 1 over the cosine, which is square root of 2 over 2. We know that that is 1. So we will multiply 1 times 2. So that is 2 over square root of 2. Let's rationalize this by multiplying it by square root of 2. We have 2 square root of 2 over 2. That will cancel out. And the answer there is square root of 2. Next, we have secant 60 degrees. 1 over our cosine is 1/2. Multiply this. That will be 2 over 1. Thus, we have 2. Last, we have cosine 1 over 0. That is not defined or undefined. And same process. We will just flip the answers to get the cosecant. That is undefined, so this will be undefined as well. We have 2, just copy the square root of 2, get 2 square root of 3 over 3, and we have 1. This is now the values of our trigonometric table.